Folks, words in motorsport herald the 34 Chevrolet V8 engines into life for today's feature event, the 2019 Brisca Formula One Stock Cars British Drivers' Championship Grand Final. Number 16, Matt Newson, has qualified on pole position. 84, Tom Harris alongside him, and Matt's desperate to avoid a repeat of last year's race, where he led all but the final 100 yards after being poleaxed on the final turn by Stuart Smith. The Smith family have handed back the trophy that Stuart won on that occasion, with Stuart, as we mentioned, unable to defend his title here today due to injury, so sadly curtailing his career. Newson and Harris lead them off. Junior Wainman on the second row alongside Luke Davidson. Ashley England well up on the third row. Then Nigel Green, Joe Nichols, great day he's had. Then Lee Fairhurst, Michael Scriven, the Hednesford specialist, Danny Wainman, Dan Johnson. All of those names potential winners here. Ryan Harrison as well, he had a win earlier. Kelvin Hassel well up on the grid in the number 13 car. 34 cars on track. So many luminaries all down the order. There's four-time previous winner Paul Harrison in the number 2. 401 Mark Wareham's done well to repair his car after that crash in his final. Fine sight they make as the official cars lead them round. Tension beginning to mount among this huge crowd here at Hednesford, the biggest Brisca F1 race held at Hednesford Hills Raceway since the 2001 World Championship, which was won by Rob Speak. First time the British has been held here since 1990, when John Lund was the winner. They move down the back straights. Newson and Harris controlling the pace. Tension reaching fever pitch here at Hednesford. 2019 Brisca F1 British Drivers' Championship. 34 cars, 20 laps. Let's get ready to rumble. The green flag is out and here we go. Newson makes a good start from pole position. Junior Wainman trying to get second on the inside. Will there be any casualties on the first turn? Yes, there will. One of the blue grades, I think that was Aaron Leach being taken into the wall on the exit of turn 2. Tom Harris hasn't made the best of starts. He's down to 4th behind Nigel Green, also trying to come through. I think that's Lee Fairhurst in the 217. No, it's Luke Davidson in the 464 coming through. There is Fairhurst, so a poor start by the 84 car of Harris. It's Matt Newson who leads. Junior Wainman under fire for second place, but there's spun cars in the middle of turn 4, and the race will be stopped. That's 501 of George Elwell and Michael Scriven in the number 12, so one of the favourites involved there. He hasn't even completed the first lap. We'll see what's happened. 501 of Elwell was spun out by a whole line of contact there. Scriven was stuffed into him by Ben Riley, and well, Michael Scriven, who has a string of Hednesford final wins to his name, doesn't even get round the first lap. The leaders did well to avoid them there and avoid creating an even bigger pile-up as they came off turn 4 for the first time. Ready for a single file restart then. Matt Newson ahead of Junior Wainman. Then Nigel Green, he struck lucky because he spun in avoidance of that tangle on turn 4. Then Davidson, Fairhurst, Tom Harris has dropped back. Then Ryan Harrison in the 197. Away we go, Harris up the inside already as the green flags go down, side by side with Fairhurst, and make up the place into turn 1. Matt Newson trying to make his escape with a fair bit of smoke there. I think that was from Nigel Green's car as they locked horns around turns 1 and 2. Up the inside, 464 of Davidson. Green's been taken wide, 4 wide out of turn 4. Fantastic battle for third place, but the first two getting away slightly. Fairhurst up to third. There's more spinners on the inside. Rob Plant is one of them. I think the other one is Sean Willis, number 287, that have tangled there. There's a chicane on turn 2, but the race continues on, with the first two getting away slightly. It's Matt Newson who leads. Tom Harris on the fight back now. He's past 197 of Ryan Harrison. Luke Davidson in the Kelsa car gets through as well. Tom Harris will be fired up after making that initial poor start, trying to make his way back up the order. He's up to 5th now. There's Ryan Harrison in 6th under fire from Dan Johnson. Push and shove their way round. Kelvin Hassel has been lapped in the number 13. He was delayed early on. There are your leaders. 16 Matt Newson from 515 of Junior Wainman, looking for his 10th British title. Out of turn 2. Fairhurst 3rd, Green 4th, Harris 5th. Those 5 breaking away slightly. Pace is relentless around the banked turns of this high-speed bowl. Tom Harris chasing hard. Kelvin Hassel has dropped out of the race, and Sean Willis rejoining ahead of them there. Harris on the inside of Nigel Green in 445. Takes the place away up into 4th position at turn 3. There's the top 3 Edwards. Newson, Junior Wainman, Fairhurst, Harris, Green, Ryan Harrison 6th. Davidson, Danny Wainman, Hines and Finnegan is your top 10 as we come up towards half distance. Matt Newson trying his hardest to pull away. We lose Ben Riley in 4.22. He's pulled up on turn 4. Tom Harris coming under fire from Nigel Green. They're both chasing down Lee Fairhurst. The gaps between the lead groups starting to come down very slightly. Julia Wainman chasing hard after Matt Newson as they begin to, as they take the half distance flag, they begin to come into back marker traffic. Paul Carter, number 300, starts at the back of the grid ahead of the leaders there. Is Junior Wainman limbering up for an attack here into turns 3 and 4? No, he's not. Remains a car length behind the 16. To win here would be such justice for Matt Newson after he came so close in this race at Bellevue last year. Meantime, Nigel Green coming under fire there for 5th position from Ryan Harris. Stunning 197, the new car debuted at Skegness a few weeks ago. That Paul Carter in number 300 in a Harrison-built car. There's Junior Wainman coming under pressure from the 217 of Lee Fairhurst now. This is allowing Newson to get away very slightly. A couple of stranded cars on track, but they're not causing any major hazard. The drivers all know exactly where they are. This race continues on. Fairhurst attacking Wainman for 2nd place. He's up the inside. Almost as they come off turn 2. We're with Wainman as they head down the home straight. There's Lee Fairhurst on the inside line. He's up into 2nd place. Lee Fairhurst through to 2nd, looking for his 3rd British title. Wainman looking for his 10th. Matt Newson looking for his 1st, and Wainman getting the bumper in on one of the back markers there, but that delayed him, and Tom Harris has come through. So a curious decision by Wainman there to hit Daz Kitson rather than go up the inside. Maybe he didn't want to risk a bigger hit from Tom Harris there, but Harris, whichever, is through into 3rd position now. That boards are now out. There are 4 laps to go for number 16 of Matt Newson. Pulled out, slight advantage, but can Lee Fairhurst close him down? There's clear air between them. They're coming into back markers again fairly shortly. Finn Sargent ahead of the race leader there. Fairhurst, is he sizing up Matt Newson for an attack? Is he going to wait Stuart Smith style for the last bend? Tom Harris just keeping a watching brief in that 3rd place. Maybe he's waiting to see if they trip over each other on the last lap. Tactical game here around these last 2 laps. Is it going to happen for Matt Newson? Is he finally going to win his 1st major title in Brisca F1, having come close on innumerable occasions? We're into the last lap now of the 2019 British Drivers' Championship here at Hednesford. Lee Fairhurst is getting ready. Can he get within range of Matt Newson's rear bumper here for an attack into turn 3? Fairhurst going to go for it. Walloping goes the bumper. They both go out. They both go into the wall. Who's coming through? Tom Harris is going to win it. Incredible finish. Harris wins the British Championship. Wainman 2nd. Would you believe it? It's happened again to Matt Newson. What has he got to do to win a major title? Exactly the same as Bellevue 12 months ago, and Tom Harris looks in to win the title. I cannot believe that history has repeated itself here at Hednesford. Tom Harris, already with the European Championship to his name, wins his 1st British Drivers' Championship. But mixed feelings from the crowd here. Celebration for Tom Harris, but they must be feeling for Matt Newson right now. That was a kamikaze lunge from Lee Fairhurst. He knew he had to go for it. And Tom Harris, a disbelieving Tom Harris, surely came through on the inside to snatch the spoils. He's burst a tyre in his celebrations there. The inside rear is flat. Let's take a look at that again. Matt Newson all set to win and walloped. He couldn't believe it. It's happened again. Let's see how far Lee Fairhurst came from there. Straight into the back of Matt Newson. If they hadn't collected Carl Hawkins, the back marker there, I think Fairhurst would have broken the Armco. He was coming in that fast. Look at the reaction from the crowd. And Tom Harris, in disbelief, came through on the inside to win it. Matt Newson must be so furious right now. There we see it from Harris's point of view. The waters parted and through he came to win the title. Absolutely unbelievable. See it from another angle. Fairhurst walloped straight in with the bumper. That was a real kamikaze lunge. Full credit to Matt Newson that he was able to recover his senses and cross the line there, because he must have almost been in tears. Here's the official result then. Tom Harris the winner ahead of Junior Wainman in 2nd. Newson crossing the line in 3rd ahead of Lee Fairhurst. Ryan Harrison 5th ahead of Nigel Green. Then Luke Davidson, Danny Wainman, Paul Harrison and Courtney Witts rounding out the top 10. 19 cars going the distance in that one. Fastest lap to Lee Fairhurst, but congratulations to Tom Harris.
84, Tom Harris. We're going to say words we've never said before. British champion.
Yeah, I can't quite believe it. I've been close a few times, and it's one that's, you know, always eluded me. I've never got to finish it off. And Catherine won the minis at Sheffield, and I should have won the Formula Ones, but you know, that's stock car racing, and luck was on my side today because we put new brake pads in the start of the race, and I struggled to begin. I was getting out of the way because if I was on the front of the train, I'd have just been a passenger. So then the car got better, and I was closing, but I've run out of laps, and then I knew Lee was going to go on the first corner. But yeah, I've been in that position a few times, and you know, you win some, you lose some on the last corner, and you know, luckily for me, it come my way this time.
Yeah, sometimes it is worth just sitting watching the front two, thinking, well, if they go for it, I'm picking up the pieces.
To be fair, I was closing, and then when the boards come out, I thought I'm not going to have enough laps, and then I could see Lee getting closer to Matt, and I was getting closer to Lee, so I thought it must be catching. And then going off this last corner down here, I just sat there and I thought, when I seen them both turn in, they both cut the corner, and I thought if I can, you know, just sneak around the inside. So I let off early and, you know, didn't throw anything daft and just stood up the inside of him, and yeah, absolutely over the moon. It's like I say, it means, you know, I wanted to win this championship more than anything, you know, because it's something I've not won, and now I've got my name on this trophy, and yeah, it means the world to me.
And of course, last year Stuart won the British, then he won the world. You're hotly tipped for the world this year. That it could be your year for doing that as well. Yeah,
it'd be nice. My shale form's been really good. We've been struggling with this car. It's when you do something different, it, you know, often takes a while. It's still not perfect now. You know, we had it good at the beginning and rubbish at the end, and now it seems to be rubbish at the beginning and good at the end. So we need to make a compromise somewhere, and we'll keep working with it, and hopefully we'll get it right. You know, come the shootout and semi-final time, and yeah, hopefully I'll be, you know, if I can qualify there or thereabouts, I think we're in a good shout.
And now you can go home and celebrate with the team.
Thank you very much.